Hello everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to my kitchen. Hello everybody, I'm Kim from Yesterday's Tomorrow's, and this is my segment with Craft Around the Clock with Crafters Get Cooking. I think that's what it's called. Close enough. Hello everybody and welcome. And if you don't see that red light button there in the corner, that means you're watching on the replay. And if you could just do me a favor, put in the comments #replay, just so I know you're watching. I could say hello to you and also let me know if you're new so I can welcome you to our page. So welcome everybody for Crafters Get Cooking. Hello everybody. I hope you're enjoying all the other presenters that just came on. I was making their fabulous treats and food, and I know Tracy Campbell, she just made a pumpkin pie. Today we are making pumpkin cheesecake, everyone. So yum. I have to give credit to my stepmother. Hello Dawn, how are you? This is her recipe. She makes it for us for every Thanksgiving. Hello Irma. Hello everybody. Yes, and guys, could you please do me a favor? Could you put those hearts going like it's 4th of July? This way Mr. Facebook is not showing a lot of people notifications, so this will get my video in their feed and people can come on and join us. Hello Mary. Hello Kathy. How are you guys? Thank you so much. Yay, the hearts. Yay. So we just want as many people to join us and join us as we can. All right, so everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, let's get going. We got a lot of things to do. We're going to make pumpkin cheesecake, and like I said, this is my stepmother Rose's recipe. She is the cheesecake queen. She has made every kind of cheesecake for us that there's possible. If we say we want a cheesecake, certain flavor, she makes it. She's made blueberry, strawberry, lemon, chocolate, pumpkin, let's see, chocolate, tiramisu, granola cheesecake. She just makes them all. So this is the one she makes for Thanksgiving, and I hope I make it as well as she does. Hello Terry, how are you? Okay, so let's get started. Gonna make the graham cracker crust. The crust is just like a regular crust. Hello sweet friend Tracy, how are you? You made a pumpkin pie. I'm making pumpkin cheesecake. Hello Sandy, thanks for joining. Okay, so let me go. You need a half a stick of butter. So let's get that into the microwave just to get it, melts it. All right, so then you need bread. I take the supermarket shortcut. I get them already done, guys. If you want to ground up your own graham cracker crumbs, you can. You can make it actually, you can ground any kind of cookie you want down and make it, and then just do the rest of the recipe with the sugar and the butter, and you got a crust. So you can use any kind of cookies you want. But supermarket shortcut, we're just taking this. All right. So we're in our measuring cup. It's 1.5 cups of graham cracker crust. Let's see. Okay, there we go. And the rest I will put in a better container when I'm done, so we'll keep it fresh. Okay, so that's 1.5 cups of graham cracker crust. Hello everybody for joining. Thank you so much, and thank you for sprinkling this out and sharing this video to everyone. I appreciate it. Okay, then you need 1/4 cup of sugar. So let's, whoop, there, our butter's done. Let me see, is the butter done? Yes. Our butter's done. So let's put this over here. Let's get the sugar in first. Let's get the dry ingredients. All right, so we need 1/4 cup of sugar. And let me see, hold on, where am I? Oh, here we go. Let's get 1/4 cup of sugar. I'll put that in there. There we go. And I like to add, this is up to you, I like to add a little bit of cinnamon in my crust. I don't measure for this. I just go, oh, that looks good. Thank you, Irma. That's all. I go, that looks good. Done. All right, so let's just, see, there we go. Now we're just stirring it up. And guys, show hearts if you can see what I'm doing. I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. So thanks for joining, guys. This is going to be an event that's going, or a segment that's going to be going for the next couple of Fridays from 12 to 6. It's going to be cooking and treats, and now's the time of year where you cook and you bake and you do all that kind of fun stuff. I love it. I love it. Thank you. All right, so now you just add your butter and just pour that in. and you're gonna make your crust. Now your crust, you mix together, and then you put that in the oven for 10 minutes while you're making your filling. Okay, so let's just stir that up. Now you're gonna take a 9-inch springform pan. That's the size that you're gonna use. All right, so if you see, I'm just stirring it up. Oh, Gail, I'm glad you made it. Nobody's ever late to my page. I'm just happy whenever you get here, that is the right time. So there we go. See, guys, that's what it's supposed to look like. And remember, cooking is supposed to be fun, guys. You're making it for your family and your friends, and whatever it turns out to be, it's always good. And everybody's gonna love it because you made it. Okay, there we go. We got a 9-inch springform pan. Now I line it with tin foil just in case some butter drips through. You don't want it dripping down into your oven, but I also put a sheet pan on the very bottom rack just to make sure. You love everything pumpkin? Me too, me too. All right, so first, just get some cooking spray. Actually, yeah, this should be fine. And just go like that, just so it doesn't stick when you go to take it out. There we go. Okay, so my oven's heating up at 350, guys, and just in case you're wondering what you're going to be putting this into, so have your oven preheated at 350. And if I'm missing any of your comments, guys, I apologize. And I will promise you, I will get this recipe up into posted on my page either tonight or tomorrow, but I will get it on there in case anybody would care for the recipe. Like I said, this is my stepmother Rose's recipe. She makes it for every Thanksgiving, and not even, she makes cheesecakes for all the holidays for us. And I don't think there's a kind of cheese made. If you were with me the one time, hey Rose, everybody please say hello to Rosemary Cossop. That is my stepmother. This is her recipe. Everybody please say hello to Rose. I made an apple one with the crumb topping, and that's her recipe, and she's the cheesecake lady. I usually don't make that many cheesecakes because she's making them for us. So okay, there we go. Good enough. This is the best part, guys. And my hands are totally washed. I washed them, I don't want anybody getting upset that I'm going like this with my fingers, but everything was totally clean and washed before I started. All right, so there we go. It's all mushed down in the bottom. Thank you, everybody, for saying hello to my stepmom, Rosemarie. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's get that here. And we're going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes, guys. All right, there we go. Let's set the timer. All right, 10 minutes. There we go. So now let's start on the rest. Hello, Maureen. Thank you, everybody, for saying hello. I appreciate you. All right, now for the pumpkin part. Let's get to this now. Okay. You need... I know. Rose, you should take orders. Anybody live near the Pennsylvania area? She'll make it for you. My stepmother loves to bake and all kinds. She even gives her garbage men when they come every single time. She wraps up a piece of cake, a piece of cheesecake for them, and every time they come, her garbage man gets a treat. No joke. So, I mean, she's got really lucky garbage men. All right. So it's 8, I guess these are 8 ounces. What a block of cream cheese, right? So it's 3 ounces of them. Ooh, we got a lot of Pennsylvania people here. Yeah, I'm not far from Pennsylvania. To get to Pennsylvania from here, I don't even know, a half hour maybe to get there. No, I'm not too far. I live in northern New Jersey, so I'm not far from there. All right, so this is 3 bricks of cream cheese. Now you want to leave these out for a couple hours before you have to use them, because you want to get them soft, guys. You do not want them hard, or because they're not going to cream up nicely, if that makes sense. Okay. You don't want to get any lumps and bumps of cream cheese. I did do that once. I didn't let them come really up to room temperature, and my cheesecake had little hard lumps of cream cheese in there. I mean, it was still good and all, but you want your cheesecake to be nice and creamy, tasting it and you don't want any lumps and bumps in there. Okay, so 1, 2, and you need 3 of them. Patty, I am making it's pumpkin crumble cheesecake. We are putting a crumble topping on the top. Ah, hello. Thank you, Pam. This is, I'm telling you guys, make this, and this can freeze. If you're gonna make this for Thanksgiving, my stepmother says you can freeze this ahead of time. So if you want to make a dessert ahead of time for your company that's coming, she said, I talked to her about this before, and she said you can freeze it. So when you're having company, don't you like to make things ahead of time so you're not running crazy the days before? So she says you can freeze this, and then just take it out of the freezer the night before, and you're all set to go. Who would have known that? Okay, guys, let me just get the cream cheese off my fingers. There we go. All right, so I got 3 packages of cream cheese. Hello, good afternoon, Nikki. How are you? It is yummy, guys. I'm not kidding you. All right, so we got our cream cheese in there. Now there we go. Let's get this going a little bit before we add all our other stuff first. All right, so let's just mix that up, just like so. And then we're gonna add our sugars. We're gonna add our eggs, the pumpkin spice filling, cinnamon, vanilla, but I will post a recipe, the whole entire recipe on my Facebook page. It's by sometime this weekend, guys, I promise you. There we go. So see how you're just creaming this up, guys? You just want to get it all nice and creamy before you add the next ingredient. Let's get this up. There we go. Now we're rocking and rolling. There we go. Just like so. Okay. All right, let me get one of my handy dandy spatulas, guys. Well, there we go. Just to get everything down the sides. So if you just joined, my name is Kim from Yesterday's Mars, and thank you and welcome to my kitchen. Today, this week of Craft Around the Clock, we're on Friday here. We are doing cooking in the kitchen. Crafters cook in the kitchen. So if you're wondering why is she in her kitchen, that is the reason why. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got our cream cheese, guys. Now, okay, so our next thing we're gonna put in is 1 cup of sugar. I got my sugar right here again. Ooh, I need to go to the store and get some more sugar. Okay, we've got 1 cup of sugar. Okay, put that back in there. Now let's beat that up. Whoop. There we go, and let's incorporate that. Then after this, we are going to be putting in 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I love the way the brown sugar tastes in here, guys. It gives it a little bit more the depth of flavor, the brown sugar, than just having just plain old white sugar. If you didn't have the brown sugar, you could omit it and add a little bit, another 1/4 cup of white sugar. But the brown sugar gives it a little bit more depth of flavor to it. You can use light brown sugar if you have it. I use dark brown, but you can use light brown if you have it. No big whoops. So Mr. Fancy's home today, and he's right up the stairs there. That's his office, and he wants to come down here for a snack. And I said, "You're not allowed down here. I'm crafting in the kitchen today." So he can't wait for this to be cooked and cooled, and he knows he's got a great dessert for tonight. Okay, so here is 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Guys, this is the coolest little, look at this. I got this from Walmart, and I keep it with my brown sugar right in the container, and it's 1/4 cup, and it's perfect always for brown sugar, mixing brown sugar. So I just keep it right in my brown sugar thing, just like that. I get it in Walmart. It's the cutest little thing. There we go. All right, now we're mixing our brown sugar in there, and then we're going to be adding our eggs. Whoop. Okay. Now you want to mix. You don't want to pour all your mixed ingredients all in there and then mix it. You want to do them one at a time. One at a time, get them in there, and then mix. Guys, if you can, I wish there was smell-o-vision, because right now, this would make, oh my God, this would make a good dip. This would be a good dip for like apples or something. Oh my goodness, it's actually smelling delicious. This would be, oh my God, with the cream cheese and the brown sugar and the regular sugar, this would make a great dip. I'm thinking for apples or something. I don't know, but it's smelling delicious. Absolutely delicious. Okay. And hold on. Oh, you know what? Oh, I forgot my, excuse me one second. I forgot my eggs in the refrigerator. Let me get my eggs out. Alrighty. Holy moly, I had to go buy eggs. Has anybody seen the price of eggs lately? Holy cow. Yikes. All right, so you need, let me make sure. Okay, so it's 2 eggs that you're putting in here. Whoop, a little shell. You know, if you watch the professionals, they crack their eggs over a cup and making sure there's no shells, but we're fine. Great, oh, Carol, yes, a great icing. You are correct. I'm telling you, it smells delicious. I'm gonna do that next time. I'm gonna do that. It smells delicious. It really does. Great icing. Didn't even think about that. All right, so let's put our 2 eggs in there. Okay, guys, so like I said, if I'm missing any of your comments, I promise I will get back to you. It's easier to craft and talk to you guys than it is to cook. Graham cracker dip. Amy, yum. Yum. I know there is such a thing. I wonder if this is it. I don't know. I wonder if that's all there is to it. Okay, so now when you add your eggs, guys, you can see the consistency now. Now it's turning into like a cake batter. When you add your eggs. There we go. All right, so the next thing we're putting in is our pumpkin pie filling. Now the pumpkin pie filling you can get at Walmart, any of the stores, just a local supermarket. I was told by my stepmom, now I got Libby, but I was told by my stepmother, who's the Rosemary, who always makes this, that Walmart brand is just as good. So she knows. So if Walmart's cheaper, get the Walmart brand because she says it's just as good. Okay, so now we need 1 3/4 cup of pumpkin. All right, so let's put that into our measuring container right here. Okay, so 1 3/4 pumpkin. Now let me see what I got here. Let me give it a little shake. Oh God, sometimes it's hard to see. With these old, 1 3/4, oh, I got a little bit more ways to go. Okay, and just give it a little shaky shake. And that's it. There we go. All right, so put that to the side. All right, let's get this in there. Okay, so now there's our pumpkin. Oh, guys, I'm smelling the crust cooking. It smells so good in here. Oh, there we go. As I'm speaking about it, it is done. All right, so let's get that out of there because you kind of want your crust to cool a little bit before you put that on. Oh, she had that example. Yeah, this is a, whoa, hold on. Oh, I gotcha. These are these are the Pyrex bowls. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, so keep your oven on. I'll put that there to cool. Yeah, these are the vintage Pyrex bowls. I just love them. Hello, Dina, my sweet friend. How are you? Thank you for joining me today. Making pumpkin cheesecake. Now, this is where it turns into pumpkin. Look at that, guys. Look at that. I love this time of year. It's my favorite time of year, and I say that to you, I tell you, ladies. Fall and winter are my favorite times of year. This is when, you love to bake and you love to cook and all that kind of stuff. When the cold weather sets in, nothing like being in the kitchen with a nice hot cup of tea and you're baking or you're cooking. Maybe I made a pot roast yesterday in New Jersey. Yesterday was a cold, rainy, damp day. It was a great day for a pot roast, and it's a great time of year for that. Okay, so what you want to do, scrape down your bowl again, get everything off the sides. Okay, and let's see. Okay, now after that, we need 2/3 of evaporated milk. Okay, right here, 2/3 of evaporated milk, guys. We're gonna stir that. Okay, then we can put other stuff in real quick before we do it. We need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon goes in there. So let's take the top off. Now I like cinnamon, guys, so I mean, I don't mind if I go a little extra on it. Okay, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you sprinkle that all in there, just like that. And 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. You can either use pumpkin pie spice, or nutmeg. Either one. Carol, your mom had the same bowls as us too? I love these bowls. I love them, guys. Okay, this is pumpkin pie spice. If you have nutmeg, you can use nutmeg too. Oh, hold on, guys. I don't want to go overboard. I don't want the whole thing spilled in there by accident. Could you imagine? Yikes. There we go. Could you imagine this whole thing fell in there? Oh, not so good. Okay, and then let's see what else. Oh, and 1 teaspoon of flour. Okay, okay, here's the flour. 1 teaspoon of flour. There we go, and then just level it off. And sprinkle our flour in there. You can use cornstarch if you want. If you have cornstarch, you can use either one. There we go. Okay, and let's mix this all up together. Yeah, they have smaller cans of the pumpkin too, guys. When I went to the store, I just got the bigger one. You can use the smaller one too. Actually, I think my stepmother said the smaller one is exactly 1 3/4 of a cup, but I only have the bigger one. Okay, go easy when you're doing this, because especially when you get the spices on the top, or they're gonna like fly out of the bowl. Guys, if you could smell this, it smells absolutely wonderful. Okay. Go slow when you're doing this, guys, because you got all the dry ingredients on the top, and they're going to want to go flying out of the bowl if you don't go slow. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Hello, Beth. How are you doing, sister friend? Thanks for popping on. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. I got my apron on Amazon. If you're interested, you go on my Facebook page. You hit the shop now button. It'll take you right to my Amazon store. And gosh, what category did I put it on? Maybe kitchen items. I think maybe I put it on under kitchen items, or maybe clothing. I don't know what I put it under. But I love aprons. So I got quite a few. So I put a couple of my favorite ones on there. If you're interested, like I said, got it on Amazon. Look at guys. Look. Guys, I wish you could smell this cheesecake. It's amazing. Okay, now remember, this is not all there is to it. We are also making a crumble topping to put on top of it. Okay. Let's see. Making sure we got everything in there. I got my stepmother gave me make sure I got the list from her today, just to make sure that I want to make sure that this comes out as good as when she makes it. And okay, we don't need this anymore. And let's put this over here, and now we're going to get our pie crust. There we go. Or our graham cracker crust. There we go. Oh, isn't this? Oh, I'm telling you, these smell like fall. It smells like fall in here. Did I? Guys, hold on a minute. Yeah, okay, I did. I want to make sure. Okay, so let me see. Now we're going to take our don't want to make sure I don't spill it all over the place. All right. Get my spatula. And you're going to pour it. Whoa, let me just mix it up a little bit. Okay, now you're going to pour it in there. Just like so. And get it in there. Look at that, guys. Oh, no, it looks delicious. Look at that. OMG. Okay, let's get that in there. Just like so. Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh. Yum. If my son was home, he'd want to lick the batter. There we go. Look how delicious. All right. And then just go like that. Just like so. And I just give it a couple of whacks, just like this, just to get any bubbles out that there are. I don't see anything coming up to the top, So it's looking good. Okay, so now it goes into a 350 oven for 50 minutes, guys. 50 minutes. So let's put it in, and then I'll tell you what goes on with the rest. Okay, so let's get that in there. Now remember, I got a pan underneath, just in case any butter leaks out from the bottom where we put all the butter in the crust, or if in case any falls over the top, which I don't think it will. You could almost smell it. Margaret, I wish you could. It's delicious. Okay, so that's 350 for 50 minutes. After the 50 minutes, you're gonna take it out and you're gonna add this crumb topping. Okay, so let's get the crumb topping going. Okay, now this crumb topping is versatile. I use it on everything that needs a crumb topping. It is the best, it's the easiest. All right, so you need 6 tablespoons of butter. I just chopped up like that. Let's get that going and we'll get that melted. There we go. Okay. And we need, so we need 1 cup of all-purpose flour. So let's get the flour going. This crumb topping, I found this recipe and I gave it to my stepmother. We've been using it for years. It is the best crumb topping. I'm telling you, wait, you see how easy it is to put together? There we go. 1 cup of flour. Then you need, let's see. Here we go again, because we need our, so get all your dry ingredients first and then you put your butter on. You need your handy dandy, little teeny cute measuring cup. And then you need another, I'm gonna use this one up first. I opened 2 by accident, so I'm gonna use up the one first that I've been using, so this way we can get this out of here. Okay, so you wanna add, all right, well, I know you're done. Okay. Oh, that's a little heavy. Okay, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. You can use light brown sugar again if you want to. It doesn't matter. I just like the way dark tastes better, but that's up to you. And then I just leave this, look guys, right in my container just like that. So when I'm doing my brown sugar, my measuring cup is right there. Just like that. Okay. Then we're going to add, here we are, got the wrong one. Of course, cinnamon again. I love it. Now, I don't measure, guys, so maybe it's a teaspoonful, tablespoonful. Well, it depends on how much you like cinnamon. So, I mean, I just eyeball it. I'm gonna show you how I eyeball it. Just like that. That's the cinnamon. Okay, and then it needs 2 tablespoons of just regular sugar. Okay, so here we go. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so I got my regular sugar here. We need, these are 1/2 teaspoon, so I need 4 of these. This is the regular sugar. Just like that. There we go. All right, let me get a spoon. We're gonna mix that up. And then we'll add our butter. And wait till you see when you add the butter, how this will form the most perfect crumbs for any crumb topping you need for muffins. I use it on my banana bread. It's delicious on my banana bread. So, so good. There we go. Let's see, who do we have here? Hello, Sweetie's Creations and Decor. It's smelling good. It sure is, I'm telling you. I now wish you guys lived closer. I would send you all a piece after it's all done. Oh. My cabinet being open is bothering. It's getting in my way. All right. So now we got our butter. Make sure, oh yeah, okay. See, it's all melted. So what you want to do, you're going to take it off and you just want to put the butter all in there just like so. And then you take a fork. You need a fork because that's what does the magic and it makes the crumbs. So let me just show you. Okay, so you just start mixing just like that and it's going to, in a minute, start forming crumbs. Just like magic. Okay, Marilyn. Oh, Lord. I know I'm going to give some to my sister's husband, Kenny, and he's going to want some, and oh, yikes. And then my stepmother says it freezes well, but I don't know. It might be gone before we freeze it. I'm having Thanksgiving this year, and I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any left to freeze. So there we go. Can you see how it's starting to make crumbs already? Look at that. That's right. Mr. Fancy is eating good tonight. We're getting, because since I'm doing this today, we're having pizza. So pizza Pizza and pumpkin cheesecake for dessert. Hey, right? That sounds good to me. I don't know. What is this? Does it sound good to you? Pizza and pumpkin cheesecake. Hey, listen. Okay, so now, sometimes depending on the humidity in your house or whatever the case may be, if you're feeling that your crumb topping is, okay, see, it still looks to me a little wet. All you need to do, I'm going to show you, is just go to your flour and just sprinkle a little flour to it. So, you know, the measurements can vary on this crumb topping depending after you put it together, how the crumbs are forming. The only thing you might have to add a little bit more is the flour, just to give it more crumbly, if that makes. I'm using a Kim word again, crumbly. See, it's still a little bit. See how it's still a little bit too moist for me. So add a little bit more flour, and just keep doing it until it forms the consistency of a crumb that you would like. And then, of course, you know, guys, taste it. Good. I like the cinnamon in there, guys. If you don't like cinnamon, you don't have to put the cinnamon out. When I got the recipe, when I first found it, it didn't come with cinnamon, but I like cinnamon in my crumb topping, so I always put it in. But that's you do you. I'm telling you, you don't take anything away from my cooking thing today. You got to do this crumb topping. I'm telling you, it's to die for. Rose, if you're on here, Rose, right? Isn't this the best? Yes, Mr. Fancy will get to have some, even though it has sugar in it. He's not supposed to be watching his sugar, but you know, every now and then, I'm the enabler. Oh God, what am I gonna do? I love to cook, I love to bake, and now my son's on a health thing, and he doesn't want any more sweets and cookies. What the heck, guys? You're not letting me do the things I love to do. Okay, so let me show you. Now look at it. See the crumbs, guys? Look at that. That's the crumbs. This is what you're looking for. See how it's forming the crumbs? The ball, see the ball? There we go. See, that's what you're looking for. Before it was a little bit too wet. Actually, and let me just a little bit more. Just a little bit. And that should be good. There we go. And yeah, that's gonna make it. Okay, so that is it. Now let me show you. Look at that crumb topping. Can you see? Look at those crumbles, guys. Look, they're the best. Those are the best. And all it is flour, brown sugar, granulated sugar, cinnamon, and butter. That's it. This will also be in the recipe for the pumpkin crumble cheesecake. When I post it, like I said, it might be tonight, but if not, I will do it before the weekend is over. I promise you. I will absolutely. All right, so let me tell you when I put this on. Let's see. So, oh gosh, you know what? Let me. There we go. So the cheesecake is 50 minutes. After the 50 minutes, how much butter for the crumb topping? It's a stick of butter. It's the holidays. Calories do not count at the holiday season. Okay, and I consider the holiday season October till January. So that's me. Oh, thank you, Michelle. So I consider the holiday season October to January. Calories do not count anytime in between there, so don't worry about it. But this crumb topping is, I have a stick of butter. But listen, when you're eating a piece of cake, you're not eating the whole thing. You're gonna make this for your friends. Oh, yay, Dawn! You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Okay, so 50 minutes. After the 50 minutes is over, open your oven. Sprinkle the crumb topping on. Shut the oven off. Keep your cheesecake in there with the door ajar a little bit for another hour. With the door ajar for another hour. Then it will be done. Let your cheesecake cool and then stick it in the refrigerator overnight and let it set up. It needs to be cold. So I don't know, will Mr. Fancy be able to have some tonight? We'll see. when this is all done, but it needs to be cold, guys. So you need to put it in the refrigerator for a while. Yes, Betsy, I will be posting the recipe for the pumpkin crumble cheesecake. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but it'll definitely be by this weekend. I will be posting it by this weekend. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow or Sunday. I got to get it done. I'll probably work on it tonight and get it posted. Hopefully, maybe tonight, but tomorrow. So anyway, so that is it. So just to recap, I will post all the ingredients. But how this works is it's in the oven for 50 minutes. After the 15 minutes is over, but make sure that your cheesecake is still not jiggling in the middle. It's jiggling. Put another 10 on the timer and close the door. Once it's not jiggling anymore, put the crumb topping on. Keep the door ajar for another hour with the oven off, and then you are done. And that's it. Oh, thank you, Pam. Hello, Sandra. How are you? So that is the recipe, and I'm telling you, guys, if you don't like pumpkin and you don't like the pumpkin cheesecake recipe, try this crumble topping for you next. You know what this is even good for? I'm telling you. And people will think you did it homemade. Take a box of vanilla or spice cake mix from the supermarket. Make your cake. Put it in the oven, the same premise, maybe 5 minutes before your cake is done. Make this crumb topping, put it on your box cake mix that you have in the oven in a bundt cake. Sprinkle this on, put it back in the oven for 5 minutes, and you have a crumble cake, and people think that it's homemade because of the crumble topping. Kid you not. And then you can dust it with powdered sugar, or you can make a powdered sugar and milk glaze over it. I like the powdered sugar. Or cupcakes. Yes, you can even do a cupcake. So anyway, so that's a supermarket shortcut. I've done that before. You make a box cake mix from the store. Put this on 5 minutes before it's going to be ready out of the oven. Put it back in the oven to set on there, and people think that you made a homemade cake. So anyway, that is it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I know, Donna, it is yummy. I'm telling you, it's so good. Well, you could put a pan of water in there if you want to keep moisture in there. But tell you the truth, it does for me. I'm always either putting a crumble topping on or either a fruit or something. So for me, if it cracks, I don't care because nobody's going to see it because I'm adding something to it. Oh, you too, Deb. Have a great weekend. Oh, you could do that too, Nancy. Sure, absolutely. So anyway, I don't usually worry about putting anything in my oven to prevent it from cracking because I usually don't. I'm usually putting something on the top of it. So, but if you're worried about that and you're going to leave it as a plain cheesecake, just take some hot water, put it in a container, put it in the bottom rack of your oven, and the steam will hopefully make it not crack. So anyway, all right, guys, that is it. Crack makes it look delicious and home baked. Yeah, I agree, Marilyn. I agree. When you cook, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't. As long as it tastes delicious and you made it with all your heart and your love, your family's gonna love it. They really will. All right, guys. All right, I will let you go. I will take a picture of this when it is done out of the oven tonight. I will be posting a picture of it so you can see it, what it looks like all done. And I will be posting a recipe by this weekend, latest this weekend. Promise you. Thank you, Linda. So anyway, I will let you go now. Don't forget to go on Craft Around the Clock. If you don't belong to Craft Around the Clock group, please go join the group. You can see us presenters on there 24/7, and you will be and if you miss any of us crafters cooking today, it'll be on there also, so you can watch the replay. But there's another crafter coming on right after me with some goodies. So hop on over there, Craft Around the Clock group page, and you can see who's on next. All right, everybody, have a great weekend, and I hope you have a blessed evening. All right, everybody. Mwah. Thank you for joining me. Bye. And thank you for joining me in my kitchen. Bye, everyone.